the Jets took Zach Wilson number 2. He had a terrible rookie year. He was a rookie. He was on a young team. Do you think they're looking at the Niners right now saying, damn, we should have took Trey Lance?
I don't know if they're saying, damn, we should have just took Trey Lance, but if they have these second thoughts about the quarterback that they took, I wouldn't be surprised, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy who does have talent, and I've seen that. And again, we can make all the excuses for him. The offensive line, it wasn't great. They had some injuries. Oh, the weapons, even though I don't think the weapons were that bad, but whatever. The
Right.
weapons, not great with Corey Davis and Berrios, even though they extended him, and they had the rookie Elijah Moore, even though he was one of the better rookie receivers. But yeah, hey, he had no weapons and
Yeah.
he needed help. All right, so we'll see. Second year in the offense, you had a first year offensive coordinator. Maybe he figures out more how to make plays. But again, it's going to come down to the thing that I questioned before.
Maturity.
Who are you
Yeah.
up here?
Yeah.
Who are you up here? How much adversity has he faced and really had to work through those things, and how did he handle that, right? I know everybody wants to look at Zach Wilson's last year, and I had questions about it because this was a guy who was a 58, 59, 60% passer, and then all of a sudden it shoots up. Well, why does it shoot up? Shoot up. You had a pandemic, and you had these teams that he was playing like North Alabama, North Texas, right? He's playing Texas State, schools like that. And your receivers, you throw it up to them, they catch it, and they're better. Your offensive line was terrific. They had several guys get drafted from that offensive line. Tyler Algier, the running back, he got drafted as well. So there were a lot of talented guys there on the BYU team, and they kind of prop up maybe what he looked like he was. Because heading into that year, he was like, I don't know, 50th ranked quarterback or something like that. And I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying there's a scenario where he was potentially overdrafted, and I could see the Jets thinking, is he the guy? They got to figure that out. He out there smashing people's moms and stuff, so I don't know.
And you talk about maturity, right? And you were saying how much that meant to you with Trey Lance. I mean, and then everyone questioned Justin Fields' maturity, although to me, you got to look at Zach Wilson, man. I mean, not just with the mom thing, although that's amazing. Amazing in the sense that I can't believe it's true, and I can't believe that the story came out. Like, wow. Also the way he plays football, though, like he passes up easy throws all the time. He plays like he thinks he's Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields, and he's not that athletic. I mean, he'd be better off playing like he was Tua or Mac Jones and using his quick release and getting the ball out. But he holds the ball a long time, takes a ton of sacks, has a ton of negative plays. I don't know about this guy, man. I don't know if I don't think he's as athletic as he thinks he is. He's not as athletic as Trey or Fields. I don't like his decision making on or off the field. I'm kind of down. I'm out, I think, on Zach Wilson. I don't like it. I think they messed up.
I mean, it's young, and we'll have to, sometimes you got to give these guys a chance to mature, right? Yeah. And who he is year 2, maybe he's a different person, heading into year 3, year 4, but you're going to have to make that jump, and he's going to have to want to really get better, right? Because we've seen guys, and I saw someone talk about Johnny Manziel. They were basically saying Zach Wilson's Johnny Manziel, but like not as good. or something like that, right? And
he's the Mormon Manziel, right?
Right. And Johnny Manziel, one thing people forget, like at Texas A&M, he was good. Now it was the mental part of it, going to the NFL, and he was like, man, I'm not taking this serious.
Right.
And that's where the issues were. Now, will Zach Wilson take it more serious? And if he does, then that's when, because when you hear Johnny Manziel, people are all bust, wasn't good. It's like, man, the dude he didn't get it up here, like what it took to be a professional quarterback in the NFL. It's not like he lacked the actual ability to play the quarterback at a high level or a good level. So Zach Wilson, same thing. I think he possesses all the tools, but the maturity aspect of it, that's going to fail guys more times than not.
I feel like there is a comparison between Manziel and Wilson. Now, Manziel failed because of substance stuff. But I saw him play like he wanted to be an athlete at quarterback, but he wasn't that athletic in the NFL. He was more athletic than Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? But like he should have been playing like Tua, someone who or Fitzpatrick, someone who uses their mobility to escape pressure and scramble here and there. But he wanted to run around, make plays, extend the play. And it's like, man, you're going to get chased down by pass rushers. And I didn't think he was that effective. I don't think he was what the Jets say about Zach Wilson is he needs to embrace the boring parts of the position more, like just execute. And I don't think Manziel wanted to execute. I think I don't have to, man. I've been running around my whole life. I feel like Zach Wilson does that too. And that's going to be a huge mentality shift. Like, okay, I'm going to be a game managing executor. Like, you don't see yourself that way. You think you're Kyler Murray.
There was a time when I felt like Aaron Rodgers was doing that. Like a few years ago, there was a time where I'm like, is Aaron Rodgers watching film on the defense? Because he was just doing whatever. And he's amazing, so it doesn't matter. And he has Devontae Adams. And I feel like they're just playing 2-on-11 out there where he's just looking, okay, what's the DB? Okay, let me just throw it to Devontae Adams, regardless of what the defense is doing. Well, Zach Wilson, you don't got a Devontae Adams, and you're not Aaron Rodgers. So you do have to learn how to win before the play. And that's one thing that guys like, let's say Mac Jones. Mac Jones, he gets that.
Yeah.
Right? Like Mac Jones gets that part. And then he's accurate enough to efficiently distribute the ball after the play. It's just not,
It's funny you should bring up Aaron Rodgers because he's in the same exact system as Zach Wilson. They're both coached by LaFleur's. And when Zach Wilson was coming out, when people liked him, they were comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. So, Zach, watch how Aaron Rodgers executes the offense. You just go out there and say YOLO and do whatever you want. Don't do that because you're going to get everyone fired in New York. It's going to be your fault.
Yeah. They won't be there long, and people will be looking at Saleh, who I thought Saleh would be a great fit for the New York Jets to kind of really change the culture of what they're doing there. Now, he's not calling plays. I think it's Jeff Ulbrich, former 49er. I think he's the defensive coordinator. He's the guy calling plays, things like that. Can Robert Saleh's mentality still kind of take shape with that team, even though he doesn't have his hand on the defense maybe as much as he would have in the past? I don't know. That's
on paper. I feel like they've put together a really good young roster on the Jets, but it's young, and
it's very young.
If Zach Wilson flops, they won't have time to see it through, and someone else will inherit it and get the right quarterback and win a lot with the Jets. So I hope.
Yeah, very young. I've been on, let's say, arena football, right? Like I played for the San Jose SaberCats. It was a very veteran team. And we were great. Like the way we really prepared at the highest level. Everything was very structured. It was almost kind of militant the way it was, and I wasn't used to that. But it resulted. Sure, I got my championship ring right here.
Nice.
So we ended up winning the championship and all that. And it was like, man, I learned so much from that year. Just really how to be a professional. But I had a lot of veterans around me. I was one of the younger guys, or at least one of the more inexperienced guys on that roster. Well, the year before I played in Portland. And that team was so young. And it was kind of this expansion team. I was like the number 1 overall pick in that draft. But I had no idea what it meant to like truly prepare, truly be a leader, all those things. And we lost a lot of games because we just were young. We had a lot of talent,
right?
But we just didn't quite get it. And even going back the year before that, New York Jets, when I was with them, there was a good amount of veterans, right? Antonio Cromartie, Calvin Pace, Muhammad Wilkerson, you had the linebacker Demario Davis, but he was a little younger at that time. But there were a lot of good veterans on that defense, and they kind of carried that team to an 8-8 record, right? When they had so much youth and inexperience on the offensive side. So the Jets, kind of circling back to them, you definitely need those real veterans. And who are the veterans on the Jets right now? That's going to be really like, hey man, like follow
Solomon
me.
Thomas.
Right, exactly. So, not ideal.
Nope.